All right, here. Today I'm going to give y'all my 2021 Formula One predictions. This video is going to be a little bit longer, so everybody kick back and relax and enjoy, but let's get started.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
Starting off the 2021 Formula One season, all teams that head out to Melbourne to race in the Australian Grand Prix. Right now, Australia is expected to be race number 1, but that can very well change in the coming days due to the fact that they're wanting to have fans in attendance for this race, and early March might be a little too early for that to happen, so they might push it back a couple weeks or even so a couple months. Time will tell, but more than likely this race will be postponed to a later date. But nothing has yet to be announced, and it's still race number 1, so I'm going to treat it as is. And the driver that I do think will win this race will come for the Mercedes camp. No, it is not going to be your reigning world champ, Lewis Hamilton. It will be his teammate, the Flying Finn, Valtteri Bottas. Bottas right now is under a lot of pressure, if you will. He's under contract. And last year, he lost a world championship by over 100 points. And Hamilton even missed a race. He missed the Bahrain outer circuit, which George Russell filled in and nearly won the race. Just imagine if that safety car did not happen at the end. Sergio Perez pretty much wouldn't have won that race. Russell would have. And if Russell won that, it would have set up an interesting discussion whether or not Russell or Bottas deserved that second seat for the big Mercedes team. But Mercedes ultimately decided to keep Bottas for the 2021 season. But this can very well be his last year with the big Mercedes team if he doesn't perform well. And he's going to shine this year. If he doesn't, this might be the end. But I do think Bottas starts off the 2021 campaign with a solid victory at Australia, assuming this is still race 1 and he shuts up a lot of haters. Now is race number 2. They head to Bahrain. Bahrain, last year, the original circuit was won by Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton. And I do think Hamilton wins at the Bahrain original circuit in 2021. So now you got back-to-back Mercedes wins to start off the season by both drivers. Now they head to China, one of Mercedes' best tracks. They've been running really well here the last couple of years. They did not race here in 2020, but they did in 19 and 18 and so on. And I think Lewis Hamilton goes back-to-back wins. He wins Bahrain and then wins China. Now, race number 4. Right now, race number 4 has yet to be determined, but there are 3 tracks that are under consideration. Turkey, Istanbul, which they raced at last year, Malaysia, and Imola. But more than likely, it will be Malaysia, and one driver that I look at to win this race will be the Red Bull, Max Verstappen. You got to remember, Verstappen ended off the 2020 campaign with a solid victory at Abu Dhabi. He did not just go up there and win by strategy. He dominated. He was clearly the fastest car by a big margin. And it would not surprise me to win this race. But 1 week later, they go to Spain, and I think he goes back-to-back. It should not surprise a lot of people that Verstappen will go back-to-back early in the season. He's a fast car. He's a good team. But time will tell whether or not that would happen. But now is race 6. They head to Monaco. And right now, Verstappen is tied up with Lewis Hamilton with the most wins. But I think that changes right here in Monaco. I think Lewis Hamilton finds victory lane to get his 3rd win of the season. But next, they go to race number 7 at Azerbaijan. I look at this race to be a big wild card. I'm not going to go as far as saying you'll see the Alfa Romeos and Haas and Williams battle it out for the victory. No, I'm not going to say that. But I do think the Aston Martin car will find victory lane, and that will be Lance Stroll. Stroll has run extremely well at Azerbaijan, or Baku, wherever you want to call it, the last couple of years. They did not race here in 2020, but did the years before. And I think this race right here will be dominated by safety cars. There'll be a lot of them. And I do think a Mercedes car will be taken out due to a wreck. And that's what I think puts Stroll in the catbird seat, and he will win this race, in my opinion. But next, they go to Canada. And right here, I think the Flying Finn will find victory lane as Valtteri Bottas. Canada has been one of Bottas' best tracks in the last couple of years. and I think he wins in 2021 at Canada. But now they go to France. The French Grand Prix, this is a big race. If Verstappen can win this race, it will make it pretty narrow between him and Hamilton for the World Championship. And I do think Verstappen wins this race. But now they go to Austria. And Austria, the last couple of years, has been a Mercedes type of track. And this year, I think the flying Finn of Valtteri Bottas will go to victory lane. And he will tie up Hamilton and Verstappen with 3 wins apiece. But now they're heading into the UK, the United Kingdom, if you will. And that is Lewis Hamilton, one of his best tracks. And Hamilton gets the upper hand here to his enemies, Verstappen and Bottas. He makes it 4 wins. That is big. Now they're heading into Hungary. And one driver we're going to look at here is obviously Valtteri Bottas. He's run really well here in the past, and I think he gets the win here. This will be his 4th win of the season, and he ties his teammate Lewis Hamilton with the most wins at 4 apiece. Now they go to Belgium, Spa. Right here, I do think you'll see Lewis Hamilton finding victory lane, and this will be big here. Not only will he get the most wins in Formula 1, but I do think he will have the upper hand in the World Championship battle by winning this race. I would say about at least 30, 40 points. Now they go to the Netherlands, the Dutch Grand Prix. And I think Max Verstappen will win this race. This is a big race for him. This is pretty much where he grew up at. And this will be big, and I think he wins this race and makes the narrows the lead down with him and Lewis Hamilton in the World Championship battle. But now they go to Italy, Monza. 1 year ago, we saw probably one of the biggest upsets in Formula 1 history. Pierre Gasly finding victory lane, shocking the whole entire world. But you got to remember, Lewis Hamilton was dominating that race before safety cars came out. And he had a pit, and it was kind of a legal pit, and he had to do a stop and go on the restart. And yeah, that didn't happen. Hamilton more than likely would have won that race by about 15 seconds or so. He was a really fast car that day. But you know what? I think Hamilton gets revenge at Italy in 2021, and he finds victory lane. But now they go to Russia, Sochi. Right here, I think you will see a tight battle between the Mercedes camp and the Red Bull camp. And no, none of the 3 drivers that I mentioned earlier that will win a race, like Verstappen, Hamilton, and Bottas, none of those drivers I think will win this race. It will be the other Red Bull driver, the new Red Bull driver, Sergio Perez, finding victory lane. I think it will take time for him to get going in this new car for Red Bull. But I do think towards the end of this year, he will start clicking. And man, his future looks bright with Red Bull Racing come 2022. But now they go to Singapore. Singapore, this is a big race right here. If a Mercedes can win this race, more than likely, they will start wrapping up the Constructors' Championship. And I think Hamilton will win this race and getting one step closer to clinching a Constructors' Championship. And now they go into Japan, Suzuka. And right here, I think Lewis Hamilton goes back-to-back wins. Now they go to the United States right here. Pretty much a win right now will solidify your chances of winning a Constructors' Championship. And Lewis Hamilton will make it 3 in a row. But now they go to Mexico. The Constructors' Championship is pretty much over with. It's given to Mercedes right now. But the World Championship has yet to be determined. And I do think Max Verstappen wins in Mexico and narrows the lead between him and Hamilton. And now they go to Brazil. And I think this right here is going to be similar to the Azerbaijan or Baku Grand Prix, if you will. A lot of safety cars. And I would expect this race to be maybe raining. I know it's way too far down the road to predict that. Assume that's going to happen. But I do think you will see some type of weather messing with this race. And I look at the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo finding checkered flag and getting the victory lane. And that will be a big upset. You guys got to remember, just a couple years ago, McLaren was the worst team in Formula 1. And now they're on a surge to become the best team in Formula 1. They still got a lot of ways to go. But man, it's just crazy how they have gone up the last couple of years. But now they go to Saudi Arabia. Right now, Hamilton, more than likely, if they win right here, will clinch another world championship. And you know what? Lewis Hamilton will win Saudi Arabia. Now they head to Abu Dhabi. Not much on the line. It's between, second place is the biggest battle right now between Verstappen and Bottas. And I think Bottas gets the upper hand here. And Lewis Hamilton wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But right now, you got Hamilton, Verstappen winning 5 races, if you will. Then Bottas winning 4, Perez winning 1, Ricciardo winning 1, and Stroll winning 1. But the World Championship, more than likely, in my opinion, my top 3 will be Hamilton, Bottas, and Verstappen. Same order as last year, but I think it's a much more closer battle come 2021. Everybody, though, remember to please like and subscribe and comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of my predictions. I'm curious to know. Peace.